Hey everyone, welcome back to our next session. In our previous class, we explored the foundation of decision trees. We learned how machines make decisions by splitting data step by step to reduce uncertainty. Now we are going to take that knowledge one step further and apply it to a real world problem, an app recommendation system. This will help you see how the concepts of Gini index, data splitting, and decision systems actually come together in practical scenarios like app recommendations, just like Netflix or YouTube suggest what you might like next. Here's what we will cover in today's session. What are recommendation systems? A quick overview, the problem statement, a step by step process, the solution to our problem, the first question and second question used for splitting data, the resulting decision stamp. We will compare the two splits and finally learn how to compare splits effectively. So let's begin and see how the power of decision trees helps us build smart personalized recommendations. Let's move into something that uses the same idea but in a much more practical and familiar way. Recommendation systems. You have definitely seen them in action every time you open Netflix, YouTube, or Amazon. But what exactly are they? Well, recommendation systems are smart algorithms that try to figure out what you might like, watch, or buy next, based on your past behavior or even on what similar users have liked before. Let's take a few quick examples. Netflix suggests movie and shows you will probably enjoy. Amazon recommends products related to what you have searched or bought. Spotify curates playlists based on your listening patterns, and YouTube lines of videos similar to what you have already watched. So behind every one of these suggestions, there's a data being analyzed. Things like your preference, age, location, and history are used by these systems to make personalized predictions. In short, recommendation systems help users discover what they will love next and make the experience more personal and much smarter. Now let's see how can we apply this concept in our own example, an app recommendation system. Now that we understand what recommendation systems are and how they power platforms like Netflix or YouTube, let's bring the same idea into our mini project, an app recommendation system. Imagine this, whenever someone downloads an app from our store, we want to recommend the right app for them based on two things, their age and the platform they use, whether it's iPhone or Android. Sounds simple, right? But there is some smart logic hidden. Let's look at our example scenario. In our app store, we have three different apps. Fit Tracker, a fitness tracking app for people who love staying active. PetPal, a social app that connects nearby pet owners. CodeChamp, perfect for users interested in coding challenges. Now here's some data. We already have a few users, their platform, their age, and which app they downloaded. From this, we can see some iPhone users prefer Fit Tracker or CodeChamp, while Android users are more into Fit Tracker and PetPal. But here's the challenge. If a new user visit our store, say we only know their platform and age, how can we predict which app they will most likely download? That's exactly what we will solve using the power of decision trees step by step, just like we learned in the previous session. So let's dive in, see how our system starts making those smart recommendations. Alright, now that we have clearly understood our problem, let's take a look at how we can actually make recommendations step by step. We will start by observing the data carefully and see how can we use it to decide which app to suggest for new users. Let's begin with customer 1, a 13-year-old iPhone user. Now, if we look at our data set, most of the teenagers users below 20 have downloaded Fit Tracker. So it is safe to recommend Fit Tracker for this user. Next, customer 2, a 28-year-old iPhone user. When we check similar users, we find that iPhone users aged 25 and 35 both downloaded CodeChamp. So our recommendation for this user would be CodeChamp. Finally, customer 3, a 34-year-old Android user. If we look at the Android users in our dataset, we see that the 32-year-old Android user downloaded PaidPal. Hence, we will recommend PaidPal for this user as well. Now you can see the pattern. We are manually checking the data every time and trying to find the most similar case to make a recommendation. But there's a catch. Doing this manually for every new user would be slow, inefficient, and honestly not scalable at all. That's where decision trees come in. They can automatically learn these patterns from the data, and once trained, they can instantly recommend the right app for any new user in just one simple step. So in the next part, we will see how our decision tree will solve this problem and make this process completely automatic. Now that we have seen the problem and the limitations of manually recommending apps, let's look at the solution, building an app recommendation system using decision trees. So how does this work in a nutshell? First, we figure out which feature in the data is most useful to decide which app to recommend, for example, platform or age. Next, we split the data into two smaller data sets based on that feature. Then we repeat these steps for each smaller data set until our tree is complete. In simpler words, we are asking which of the two features, platform or age, best determines which app users download. The answer becomes the root of our decision tree. From there, we keep splitting each branch using the next most useful feature until every possible case is covered. Here's our simplified data set for this example. The building blocks of our decision tree are questions like: does the user use iPhone? Is the user young? We must choose one of these questions as the root, the question that best predicts which app users will download. And that's exactly what we will explore next, comparing two questions to see which feature gives us the best first split in our tree. This is where we really start turning data into smart automatic recommendations. Alright, let's start building our decision tree with the first question. Does the user use an iPhone or Android? By asking this, we split our users into two groups, iPhone users and Android users. Let's see what happens in each group. iPhone users, one user downloaded FitTrack, two users downloaded CodeChamp. Android users, two users downloaded FitTrack, and one user downloaded PatPul. So after splitting by platform, our tree looks like this. Observation. Splitting by platform already gives us some useful information. It partially separates the users based on which app they prefer. But the question is, can we do even better? Next, we will see what happens if we split the users by age instead and compare which feature gives us the best first split for our tree. This comparison will help us decide the root of our decision tree, the first question that gives the most clarity about users' preference. Now that we have seen the effect of splitting by platform, let's try the second question. Is the user young or adult? Just like before, this splits our users into two groups, young and adult, each with 3 users. Let's see what each group downloaded. Young users, all 3 downloaded FitTracker. Adult users, 2 downloaded CodeChamp, 1 downloaded PatPul. After splitting by age, our tree looks like this. Splitting by age gives us a much cleaner separation compared to platform. All the young users downloaded the same app, FitTracker, making it very easy to predict their preference. This clearly shows that age is a stronger predictor than platform, so it should be chosen as the root of our decision tree. In the next part, we will see the final decision step. Now that we have compared the two questions, platform and age, let's put everything together into our resulting decision stem. Here's what our final tree look like. The first split or the root of our tree is based on age because it best predicts which app a user will download. If the user is young, we simply recommend FitTracker. If the user is adult, then we look at their platform. If it's an iPhone, we recommend CodeChamp. If it's Android, we recommend PatPul. And just like that, our decision tree makes personalized recommendations automatically without having to manually check every new user. This small example shows the power of decision trees, taking simple data, asking the right questions, and turning it into smart, actionable recommendations in just a few steps. Next, we will briefly compare the two splits to see why choosing the right route really matters. So, which split is better, platform or age? If we look back at our two split, the age-based split clearly separates the data all 3 young users downloaded. FitTracker, on the other hand, the platform-based split still has a mix of apps in each group, not as clear. So just by visual inspection, it seems like age is the better choice for the root of our tree. But here's the thing, we can't always rely on just looking at the data. In real-world scenarios, data sets are much bigger and messier, and we need the computer to decide automatically which feature gives the best split. To do this, we assign numerical scores to measure how good each split is. These scores tells us which feature reduces uncertainty the most, helping the decision tree pick the best route without any guesswork. Finally, let's talk about how can we measure the goodness of a split in a decision tree. There are 3 main approaches. Accuracy. This tells us how well the split correctly predicts which app a user will download. Gini impurity. This measures how mixed or impure each group is after the split. A lower Gini means a cleaner, better split. Entropy. This shows how much disorder the split removes from the data. More reduction in disorder means a better split. These are the core concepts that help decision trees automatically choose the best question at each step. We will explore each of these in detail in the next video, so you will see exactly how a computer decides which feature to split on. So that's wrap up of today's session. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you now have a clear understanding of how decision trees can be used to make smart recommendations. If you enjoyed this session, don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you won't miss the next video. where we will explore accuracy, Gini, and entropy in detail. Leave your questions or thoughts in the comments, and I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.